So, you're thinking about becoming a licensed contractor here in Florida. That's a huge career step, but let's be honest, the whole process can seem, well, a little confusing. Today, we're going to clear all that up. We're laying out the complete roadmap, step by step, so you have a really clear path to getting that license. You're ready to do this. You've got the ambition, and that's the perfect place to start. But before you dive in, there are some specific challenges you really need to know about. So let's break it all down together. Now, there's a reason we're calling this a strategic journey. It's because treating this like just another test you have to cram for, that's probably the most common mistake people make. How you prepare right from day one is going to make all the difference. And trust me, getting this right from the very beginning is the difference between success and a whole lot of wasted time and frustration. We're going to cover 3 key things: the unusual style of the exam itself, the official application process, and why having a proven system is your absolute best friend in all of this. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the exam. And this might be the most important thing you hear today, because there is a giant misconception about what an open book exam actually means. The Florida State exam is an open book exam. And that sounds great, right? Easy, even. But, and this is a big but, it's not what you think. It is not a test of what you've memorized. It's a test of how fast and how accurately you can find the right information in a stack of reference books, all while the clock is ticking. And this right here is the heart of the challenge. Your goal isn't to memorize anything. It's all about lookup speed. You have to become an expert at flying through those books to find specific answers under intense pressure. The biggest mistake is trying to know it all by heart. Success isn't about what's in your head, it's about your method for finding what you need fast. So, how in the world do you build that kind of speed? Well, you can't just wing it. You need a study system that's built for exactly this kind of test. A great example of this is what's known as the SurePass Methodology. A system like this works in 3 simple logical steps. First, you get the core concepts down so you have a mental map of where everything is. Next, you master your tools, which are your books. You become an expert at navigating them. And finally, you practice to build that lookup speed until it's just pure muscle memory. All right, so you've got a plan for tackling the exam. But hold on. Before you even get to that point, you have to get through the state's prerequisites. This is your first official hurdle, and you can't go around it. And let me be super clear about this. You have to meet all of these requirements and get them approved by the state before you are even allowed to sit for the exam. This is why it's so important to start gathering all your documents as early as possible. So what are they? Here are the big ones. First up, experience. You'll need to prove you have 4 years of total experience, and one of those years has to be in a supervisory role. Next, financials. You either need a FICO score of 660 or better, or you have the option to take a 14-hour financial responsibility course. And finally, insurance. You'll need to show you have proof of public liability and workers' comp insurance. Okay, so once you have all your prerequisite documents in order, you can finally get the ball rolling on the application itself. Now, this is a 2-step system, and it's really important that you don't get them mixed up. This is where people can get tripped up, so listen closely. It's really simple when you break it down. Step 1, you apply to the state for eligibility. And then, and only then, step 2, you register for the actual exam with the testing company. 2 totally separate actions. So your very first move is applying to the DBPR. This is where you send in all that paperwork we just talked about, your proof of experience, your financial documents, your insurance info, so the state can give it their official stamp of approval. And you're going to hear that acronym DBPR a lot. It just stands for the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation. Think of them as the gatekeepers. They're the state agency that looks at your file and gives you the official green light saying, yep, you're eligible. It's only after you get that approval letter from the DBPR that you can move on to step 2. Registering for the exam. This is when you contact the testing vendor and actually schedule your test date and location. And here's a huge tip, so please lean in for this one. You absolutely must have that DBPR approval in hand before you try to book your test. The testing centers fill up, and they fill up fast. Whatever you do, do not wait until the last minute to get your exam on the calendar. Okay, so
That's the whole process, laid out from start to finish. Now let's just quickly talk about strategy. This is where we shift from just following the steps to actually making your ambition a reality.
Look, having a proven roadmap with the right lessons, the right tools, the right practice gives you an incredible advantage. It equips you for the very specific challenges of this exam. Your side of the bargain is the commitment to follow that plan. At the end of the day, it's your commitment to your own future that really makes the difference. With the right system to guide you, you are absolutely equipped to hit this goal. You can do this. So the roadmap is clear. You know what the challenge is, you know the process to follow, and you know the strategy for success. The only real question left is, what's your first step going to be? To learn more and get your own journey started, visit the website you see right here on the screen. Thanks so much for tuning in.